Welcome everybody to NoCoders Office Hours, episode number 203. We're here with our members Thomas and Jonathan, and we're going to get started in a moment. But first, if this is your first time tuning in to NoCoders Office Hours, what we do is we invite our Office Hours members onto our Zoom calls, which we host 6 times per week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, and then Mondays we have a second session at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time. And our members can come on the Zoom calls and ask us any bubble questions they want, and we try to answer them. And we do a pretty good job. I think that's why we're still going strong almost a year later. So we're going to go ahead and get started and see if either Thomas or Jonathan have any questions this evening.
Thomas, did you want to go first? Yep.
Nope. Okay, man. You got it.
Cool. I'm not sure if you remember, Tonya, but I had like a login page with like an image backdrop.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah. I'm still, I'll just share my screen, but I'm still having some issues. I don't know if you can help me, but with the, essentially how to resize the image based on different screen sizes and stuff.
Okay, sure. We can take a look.
Okay. So basically, when it's in desktop version, it looks fine and the aspect ratio is fixed. But I've set up a conditional so that if, we'll just remove this, so that if the screen gets smaller, it'll actually change the image. But I was hoping that that's actually a portrait image, and I was hoping to like essentially have it readjust so that it's taller than the last image. And not look stretched like it is now. And then that way, hopefully, you know, at least for mobile, it's something. But even with the horizontal, I think that's because it's locking the aspect ratio, which will change. But I just can't seem to get it right. Yeah.
Have you tried, instead of having the same image element change out which picture is shown, have you considered having 2 image elements and then showing them and hiding them conditionally?
That's a good idea. So, and then having them aligned to the center and then having one thinner.
Yep, exactly.
That's a really good idea, actually.
You want to try
I haven't tried that.
Yeah,
sure. So I guess in that case, I can keep the aspect ratio fixed if they're different images as well, which is amazing.
Yep.
Let me just copy and paste this. Cool. And
hey, Ben, welcome.
Hey.
Oh, there we go. And then if we
Where are those pictures?
Oh, wow. Nice.
Is that working the way you want it?
Yeah, sort of, except you can see that it's obviously going underneath it.
Yeah, we should hide that. So it should probably be hidden on page load. And you might need to put it in its own group and then hide that group and collapse it. They both might need to be in their own groups.
I think this. Oh, I see what you're saying. Correct. Yep. I can't just put it in a group from here. Nope.
You can, if you right click on the image itself, and then you can group it in a particular kind of.
Cool. And what will we be applying to the group? Collapse
Yep.
when hidden?
Yep, collapse when hidden, and then probably hide the image on page load, and then show it and then show the group conditionally as opposed to the image.
Gotcha.
Do you know where that picture was taken? Like, where are those massive trees in the world?
No idea, but I would love to live in that house.
Same.
I'm more than
Tasmania.
happy to be it. Yeah, I was thinking it's like that sort of land, yeah.
Where do you think, Ben?
Tasmania.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Oh no, it was this group, yep.
So not quite. Need to look at the other group, I guess. Oh, I think maybe you forgot to.
I think the
Take-
group's in the group.
Got it. Put.
Yeah, it is, actually. Is there an easy way to like remove children from a group? Or do you just have to?
No, I think you just have to drag the thing out of the group, but I don't know if that works actually on
With the responsive, yeah.
It does.
It does? Okay.
It should do.
I got nowhere to drag it.
The only people who don't know what bubbles should do are the bubble engineers. I'm just kidding, Bubble. We're clients just like all clients.
I think I've got enough to go off anyway for this, Tonya.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, just a matter of collapsing them and having them view correctly. Yep.
Yep. And then yeah, and that should work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it looked pretty good before, just besides the little tail showing at the bottom. Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. Cool. Ben, do you have any questions?
Nope, just hanging out.
Just hanging out. I guess that means it's back to you, Jonathan.
Okay. So we're trying to set up basically we've got authentication happening from Zeno externally for our users, and to load branding preferences against the current user, where we're having to essentially log in as well. But we noticed in order to, like a user account needs to be added for us to interact with that, obviously, but we also need to set a password. So like in terms of the way we've got our database set up, we can handle the linking to the user very easily, but we basically just have to create like at least a user with any password to get to that level. So because we're going to have like a lot of users logging into this, I'm just wondering what would be the best way to add, and is it possible to add multiple users with passwords into the database, like externally?
Well, I mean, we can always create accounts for them. We can send them in through an endpoint.
So that could be like Integromat or Zeno,
but
for example.
I think honestly, if you need that level of stuff, I'm thinking I'm going to do a little Google search here real quick and see.
Because yeah, like, I mean, initially we're talking over 50 people, and then it'll be potentially hundreds. So it's going to be pretty annoying to have it to manually add each one.
So I'm thinking if we Like, I'm wondering if we can use OAuth with Xano, right? So that, like, having them, like, I know you were having them log into Xano anyway.
Yeah.
Right. But just to like authenticate them in Bubble as a user, but using the same information that you already have stored in Xano. And then you can store the records related to the Bubble records that are related to just things in Bubble to the user that is already authenticated with Xano. So actually, I think I'm going to ask that very question conceptually to the rest of the team. And then,
Cool. Yep.
yeah, and see what they say. Because I don't think it makes sense to like have two completely separate logins. I think it makes sense to have duplicate users in both, but only for the purpose of like very light data that is just use specific to Bubble.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we're doing. It's only just literally branding colors. But yeah, no, that would be perfect. And this is actually Lachlan's domain more so, the Xano authentication.
Okay.
So that would help if we can run something by the team and get back. Yep.
Yep. Let me just real quick take a second and I'll make a new case for that.
Yep. Otherwise, like I honestly think I'm out of questions now for the most part.
I love it.
For today anyway.
That's a good thing. It means I'm doing my job.
Definitely.
Okay. What should we do with the rest of our time, gentlemen? Maybe that's it. Maybe we just have a short office hours session, but I'm ready to go. I can do more.
I'm not sure if anyone has any topics they want to cover or.
Nope, doesn't sound like it. All right, I guess we will conclude this session. We'll move into after hours in case there's anything that's not shareable. And yes, we will see you for episode number 204 tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific. Thank you, everybody.